Welcome to part 2 of my inventory review. We will go right to it. A lot of these I get and I just don't know what to do with when it comes to detonators. I have this just to have it because I didn't have one. And this one, I mean, it was okay. It's got a damage radius, a fire rate, and a damage. I like the big fire rate. I might be crazy in that one, but on detonators, I like to see a big fire rate. And there's another one. I just got this one. And just, I was like, I don't know, it has velocity. It's one of those ones, this is one of those, yeah, and you just kind of keep it just to keep it. One day it may go for sale, I don't know. I may do something with it just because it has that velocity. Its velocity isn't my preferred role, so. Area suppressor is kind of fun to play with. They do a little bit of damage. I like the velocity that I rolled on it. Gives it a little more kick to it. For the damage they say they do and everything, sometimes it feels like they're not doing what they say they do. So that's my problem. I like the fire rate on it. Lets me shoot it a little bit faster, but I have it modded out because it's kind of fun to use. So cluster drop, that's a War Master gun. Hard to get these anymore because War Master doesn't get beat. So standard rolls on these, they'll always have these rolls. It got the +4 mag on it. It's good for boss killing. That's what a cluster drop's good for. Big boomer, of course you're going to have a big boomer. I got this off of someone. I was happy. Assassin, double reload, fire rate, small damage. I got the radius on it, so it'd give a little bit more. I like this. This was a good one to get. Incinerator, just to have one. They're good for crowd control. And this one to me was really good because I don't consider them a good killer. They're just for damage. So it's got 2 damage radiuses on it, which really helped spread me out a little bit. Let me do a little more damage to everybody. Sludge, just to have a sludge. And you'll notice a lot of these have speed boost on them because I love speed boost. It's so much fun. But it was a pretty good sludge, so that's why I picked it up. Quartermaster for reload. The reload used to be a 0.1, but since they jacked up all the reloads, it's a 0.7 now. It used to reload it at an incredible speed. So bonfire. Is this a good one? This was a good bonfire to me. It's the same thing. Fire. I want to spread out the damage. So you'll see that's got the 0.4 and the 0.5 full damage radius. So that's one of the reasons I have this. And it's assassin, so it does crit when it hits. I did a video where I got this. I was happy to have it. I mean, why wouldn't you want this? It's an infector that has radiation. That's awesome. So, and I mean, decent rolls, nothing great. A couple reloads. The mags are not anything to be impressed with. So it's not that great, but it's just because it's an infector with that. So and proliferator. I actually have 2 proliferators. Wait, why do you have 2? I mean, they're the same thing, but this one recharges my ego. This one gives me a speed boost on reload. I wanted the option. They're both cannoneer too because I like the fire rate on these. So I want the fire rate to be a little bit faster. That was the whole purpose. I love those guns. Canker, right there, 30% self-revive refresh rate. If you have the gun equipped, your self-revive refresh is going at 30% faster. That is why I have this gun. Another one of those ones I need to upgrade, but it's a roll that you cannot get anymore. Look, it only has 3 rolls on the gun set, so I keep this because of that roll. You cannot get that roll, and that is actually not a bad roll. Not the game is as hard as it is. Chimera Fang, sword. That's that should be explanation enough. I keep 1 sword at least, and right now that's what this one is. Another one I just kept just as much to store mods as I keep this? Do I take a chance and see what that last roll would be? So that's just another iffy gun. Castathan Springer. I shouldn't even have to explain that for now. I have a Castathan Springer in every nano and one without a nano. I love these guns. I just loved it, and it's just that simple. To me, it's the best gun in the game. It's not everybody's opinion, so I'm not forcing that on anybody. VBI EEC SMGs. I love these. They are for blur, to give you blur on your reload. And, I don't remember where I even got this one from. Maybe somebody gave this to me. It's so-so, but I just never was sure what to do with this one, so it sat there. Another Springer. I actually have 2 Siphon ones. This one was a lower ego one, but I had picked up a Stalker one, and this one was just Machinist. I used this one for a very, very long time. Me and this Siphon one put a lot of miles on each other, so But then I got this one that was a little bit better. And it's standard rolls on all Springers, so it's nothing's going to be different but the Synergy and the Mastery. So another EEC SMG. This one is Siphon. My favorite. This is my favorite gun in the whole game right here now. The Bio Cast-Thin Springer, a Bio EEC SMG. This is just holding a couple Stalker mods. There is nothing that is all that is doing. It's just basically costing me one less space. A Votan Pulsar, it does more damage, so I have that. Scavenger for loot drop chances, so there's nothing special about the rolls. It got a big damage, and Ego on crit, and everything else is meh on it. So it's just it is what it is. It does a lot of damage, and I like the gun. Radiation Springer, a no nano Springer. I have this because I got this, and it's wet work. It's wet work. So I kept it in case I tried to put a little wet work thing together. This is junk as far as I'm concerned, but it might be useful if I try to put a little wet work package together. And a no nano EEC SMG, and this one has a 0.5 reload. I'm thinking it was 0.2, 0.3. The reload was really, really low. So what they had to do was bump it up to 0.5, which is the highest. It's the fastest reload you can have now. So this one used to be fast until they did that to me. Electric Springer. Radiant Solstice Thunder. Pretty obvious why I have it. It's crit damage and fire rate. Stowed is good these days. I rolled a crit on it. It's a good gun. I like Thunders. I have a couple of other ones that are set up certain ways as to the reason why I keep them. Electric Saw, I have very little electric things. It's the only reason I've kept the Saw is because it's electric. It has decent rolls on it, crit, damage. But I kept it simply because it's electric. Fire Saw, I have this one because it is Grenadier, which reduces recoil. It has 2 recoil rolls on it, so it has a negative bloom on it. That is why I have this saw. I like a negative bloom. Point and shoot. Wet work, so another reason I kept it. Purple, just got to decide what to do. It's wet work. It has some decent rolls on it. Just depends on what the last one would be. Just have to decide what to do with it. Frontier Saw. It's a vendor gun again, so it's hard bulled. Another synergy you just don't get these days. So, and it's decent. Reload, big crit, big damage. So it's not too bad of a gun. It's bio, which is a big plus. So that's why I keep it. And it does, it's just a little bit more damage, doing 5,600 damage the way it's set up now. Then this Thunder is, I really love this Thunder. It's bio. I have Quartermaster. You see, I didn't even care about anything else on it. I just, 2 mods are right, and that's all I wanted. The reloads. I got damage. It's reload, reload, reload. And then it got the big mag, which let me put a fast reload mag on it. And the reload is 1.5. You will rarely see a Thunder with this kind of a reload on it, because that is ridiculous. And look at this. We'll go to this one. Reload 4.5 seconds on the one below it, where this one is 1.5. So that's what getting a ton of reloads can do for your Thunder, where this Thunder has a super long reload. But this one shoots fast. It's Cannoneer, so it gives me the fire rate. And I have this because it's crit, 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 and another fire rate. So I mean, it's hard to get your crit up on this gun, but I like the speed that it shoots and the crit that it puts out, because it's just awesome to have that large fire rate and Cannoneer for me. Did a video on this one before the Antaeus from the Chimera vendor. Like this gun. There's so many bullets. I rolled the +8 mastery, 21 in the mag. It feels like I just never stop shooting. I like this gun. It works really well with the setup for Siphon. Grind Fragger, nowadays my second favorite gun. You'll see me use this and my Bio Cast-Thin Springer more than anything else in a video I do for these, because these two are just dependable, wonderful guns. Cannoneer to make this thing shoot a little bit faster. The +8 mag to give me 16 rounds. Reload, reload, reload. So this thing has a 2.3 reload, which doesn't mean much to me these days because it's a little confusing, because I know what it used to be. It used to be like 0.2 or 0.4 per shell or something. So it's really good. It's still good. It still reloads reasonably fast. It's a little different, but still fast. Zagger, now this is just a dust collector like it is for most people now that they've changed up the Zaggers and moved the rolls around and made them where they don't just keep on shooting. And this is a mod holder just as much as anything. I mean, for what it is with no nano, I mean, it does have good rolls. It does have 2 crit rolls and a big damage. So it's one of those, just what do I do? I don't know what to do. So, but I used it enough to master it, so you can see that. Blackened Hellfire Quick Repeater. I got this, and it was one of the better guns I got during the Hellfire stuff, so I kept it. Surge Bolter. The Way of Change. That is why I have it. It's not that great to me. The fire rate isn't going to do it that much good to me. And it's got 1 crit. It's not that good, but it's the Way of Change, so that is why I kept the Surge Bolter. The Horn, just because it was a Chimera weapon. Bloodhound, because, you know, you got to have some Bloodhounds, right? So I've got a couple of them, because it's explosives with nanos. So, and I like that. So that's why I have a couple of them, but you'll see only this one has some mods on it. This is modded before we got Defiant Few mods. That's why you see tier 4s on it. And this one will have mods that I think I actually managed to get from the Defiant Few vendor. And that is pretty much, I looked through my inventory. There's nothing else to see, I think, but mods and, you know, of course, grenades. Of course, I have all of those. So, but that's my inventory. There's really not much else to see that's going to be kept, more than likely. I might keep this Ironclad. That's the Way of Change as well. We'll go ahead and mark it while I'm here. We might see about that. Maybe raise it up just because it's a Way of Change and it's a 3-part synergy. It's not so easy to get these since this is from the Million script box. So that's all of my inventory. And I hope you guys enjoyed a peek into that. And I will catch you guys later.